So yesterday, report has that bandits invaded the Afaka barracks of the Nigerian Defence Academy, NDA, Kaduna, killing 2 senior officers and kidnapping 1. According to Sheikh Gumi, if the so-called shy bandits could break into the territory of the Nigerian Defence Academy, one wonders where else is safe in Kaduna State.
I was not heartbroken. I was scared. So for me, it was fear. It was the fear of, you know, we've heard their attacks and all of that. But now, this is the institute that trains everybody. This is a strong message of power. This is not just an attack. This is I want to poke you in the eye. So I want you to notice me. I want you to know I am here. And it is a message of fear that every Nigerian got, and we got it well. So we've been hearing attacks going around the armies, where the armies are. And
we have been comfortable.
And there's nothing going on. Now they've come into the territory. This is pushing it too far, and I'm worried about the pace with which response will take place, because this is a show of power, and the army needs to do something to show that we're not bowing down. 1 person died.
Honey, but let me hear your thoughts.
So we are sitting on a powder keg, if it has not even exploded already. Because as Tokwe said, of course, this is a strong training school. It trains Nigerian officers. It trains cadets from other, African militaries. And then this is happening. It is the first thing, like fear. Where else is safe, right? And yeah, they keep saying bandits, bandits. And I think the federal government should just change that term. These are not bandits. When you're talking about bandits, it just sounds so simple, like hoodlums, like just normal. Do you get? So I think they should start using criminals, heavily armed criminals.
Terrorists.
Because I do not want to believe that they don't have insiders giving them information, or insiders are not even a part of it. Because how do you, okay, in a normal estate, you have codes, you want to come in, and then you have to call someone, you have to, before you come in. How did they get that access into the academy? And then they succeeded in killing two officers and then 1 kidnapped.
That one.
It's a shame. So what exactly are we talking about? What are we about in this country?
We know how Kaduna State is almost under siege by these bandits, as they like to call them. Schools upon schools, students upon students have been taken from that particular state. And then you have the Defense Academy so porous like that. You would expect heavier, heavier armed security around that place. I mean, that place should be so fearful for anybody that is a bandit or a terror, whatever it is to come. I just feel that we are really relaxed. So for me, we should be very afraid. We should be very embarrassed by what has happened. And it's really sad that this is happening after everything, after all the signs there that Kaduna State at least should have been much more guarded than it has been.
Now it's in our doorstep, but I am worried. At what point do we proscribe these people? At what point do we call them exactly what they are? Honestly, because we've had, it's been like they're doing the same thing over and over. They're carrying acts of terrorism against the country. Schools are closed all over the world. At what point do we call them now?
They say bandits attacked the NDA. I'm wondering, they're no longer bandits. If bandits can attack farmer, which is wrong, but you can understand that maybe a bandit was employed by the cattle owners to attack someone. But when someone attacks your institution of defense, your training ground, did you see how beautiful that place looks? That's like the place when you go to NDA, you are going to be schooled on how to counter terrorism. This is where everybody is groomed to now protect our nation. And then somebody had the infantry and you're calling the person bandits. My worry is that we're fighting like a guerrilla war, which means that you don't even know who you're fighting. Like you don't know. Which seems to confound our leaders, obviously, which is why they're asking them, drop your arms, come, we'll even give you a dime, we'll give you something to support you. But we need to be more intelligent about it, because we're not dealing with rational people. We're dealing with people that do not behave with rationality, and they have to be treated as the animals that they have been behaving as, and called terrorists that they are.
You know what? We need to have that conversation about our military being infiltrated. We need to talk about the military that may be complicit. Part of them that may be complicit. And it takes me back to the Wadume story. We remember how that story has just gone almost silent.
Totally.
We remember how far the investigation went, where, it was found that soldiers were complicit in how the police, who had done like a very good investigation and found who those who the kidnapper was, those who were involved in, you know, just aiding and abetting that particular kidnapper. Some soldiers were named and then silenced. So the truth is that if in smaller things or things away from you, if you try to cover it up, it will come right up to your doorstep and it will tear your dress open and everybody will see for what it is. If you handle it when it's small, if there are people that we are already suspecting within the military to be complicit, to be, you know, two-faced, to be part of those who are pushing for this insurgency and cavorting and sitting down with the enemy, then you should have fished them out a long time ago.
So deliberately, I know those that are watching have noticed that we read the headlines and we read Secondus doing this one, APC, Kineko, and we move on because that's not our concern. And I think all Nigerians realize that we're not bothered about the politics because everybody in those political parties are playing for their selfish interest. They have their families and most of their assets are abroad. So everything that happens, it does not concern them. If anything happens, there's a private jet. We saw the way private jets showed up that will fly them to the next country where they can get on a plane to get out of this community, out of this country. So we're not playing their politics and we're not moved by politics. And I think that Nigerians must stay away from this political thing because I think now, in the next few years, we'll do election, they'll give you 1,000 naira, they'll give you a carton of noodles or give you a small derica of rice and you will vote whoever they say should come into power. This is an affront. This we must have a stronger response from our military.